We have a very special guest, and what makes it even more delicious is he's from Canada. He's from Scarborough. He's made it real big. From Canada's Next Top Model and America's Next Top Model, please welcome Manuel.
Between us, guys. Look at you.
Oh, God, you smell so good.
Thank you. I smell good for you.
Oh, you smell good. He smells really good. Oh, sweetie, good to see you back.
Thank you.
That's so good. We're so proud of you.
Thank you so much.
You are doing so well.
But you know what? I thought about it this morning when I woke up. I have a new first.
What's the new first?
I mean, we were hanging out yesterday,
yes,
obviously
we were
on the radio show, right?
Yeah.
But I've never done Fashion Fridays with you.
You have never done Fashion Fridays. And you're going to be here the whole hour.
That's right. So now I've really made it, right?
You've really made it. You really have made it.
God.
I don't know where to begin with you, except when I read things about you, the word persistent comes up. And you are very persistent.
Yesterday you told me to work harder.
I said you got to work. You're a little lazy. I want you to work a little harder. Well, first of all, let's talk about the new show, because that's why you're here, and to promote Canada's Next Top Model. So I know it's coming up, so talk to us about that.
Well, you know, and I said this yesterday, I am so pumped and energized about Canada's Next Top Model. You know, partly because, yes, you know, we all know that America's Next Top Model is all over the world, but for some reason in Canada, there's something in the water up here. The girls are gorgeous, and the fashion industry as a whole constantly adopts these women from Canada and claims them for the world, and everyone forgets that they're from Canada.
That is so true.
Linda Evangelista, Jessica Stam, Shalom Harlow, I can go on and on and on.
You're right.
Jeannie Becker, one of, you know, the world's most renowned fashion journalists and editors, right? But what happens? But what happens? Everybody says, oh, she's part of the industry.
Yes,
you know, I'm even out there part of the industry.
Yeah.
But we're Canadian.
Yeah.
So for me, even as a Canadian, you know, I'm so proud of that. But I get insulted when producers produce these shows with this whole Canadiana vibe, kind of saying that this is good enough for Canada. But this show, this season, stands up in the international market, and it supports Canada, but it shows where all the talent comes from, and it's right here at home. And it's really, really exciting, and it exceeded my expectations. And I've done this many times, so I was really, really psyched.
Well, a couple of things. Is there a difference between, do you think, doing America's Next Top Model and Canada's Next Top Model as far as the women are concerned? Is there a difference? Tell me about the diff.
You know what? I've already been misquoted, so I'm going to set the record straight.
Okay.
Yes, yet again.
Right. Do it here.
People are already saying that I'm saying the Canadian girls are better than the American girls. So, I'm going to let the audience decide. You know, the posters out there, you can see all the girls.
Yeah, can we take a shot of the poster? Do we have a picture of the poster? Now, I've been doing this show for 18 years. I've never had a poster this big.
Okay.
Can we have a shot of that poster? You guys put it up whenever you can. You don't have it? Okay, all right.
Well, everybody, you can go on to citytv.com, actually, CN/CNTM. Take a look at the girls and judge for yourselves. I think they're pretty stunning. They look gorgeous, and I think where people are confused is who's the winner, where that's a tight competition. Whereas in America, people might say, well, you know, this girl, that girl, I knew she wasn't going to win. We didn't want that up here. We wanted to show how amazing the girls are, but they all have integrity, they can speak, and they're role models. So right there was a great show.
Average age?
Probably 19.
Okay.
Look at your face.
It's a tough industry.
Yes, it is.
I know it's tough for you to kick them off the island.
Yes, that was probably the most difficult thing for me to do.
That's not what you normally do, and
no, that's the thing I worried about. And you know, every week you're essentially dashing a young girl's hopes, and you want to make sure that she knows how far she's come and what she needs to kind of get her dream, but you're sending her home.
Right.
And, you know, Jeannie's behind me crying, Yasmin's behind me crying, the girls are all crying, and you look kind of like this mean person.
Right.
And I actually sat down with the girls one-on-one about, you know, a quarter way into the competition and said, you know, this is probably the hardest thing I've had to do, because you have to divorce yourself from your emotions and literally just keep that part of you aside so you can be that, you know, mentor. And it's difficult. I stood in the shower one night for about 45 minutes after work, just trying to wash it all away because I felt so hollow. It's hard.
You're real, and we love you. I did that last night because I was just having a hot flash, but good for you. Now, let me ask you this. I'm not kidding. Now, let me ask you this, though. you know, you're not only hosting this, you're taking a bigger role in this.
Yes,
And
that was the thing that I was most excited about. Executive producer.
and why is that important to you?
Well, you know, I produce on The American Show,
Yeah.
and The American Show airs in over 120 countries.
That's
And a
amazing.
lot of these countries, just so people understand, Paramount CBS owns the franchise, and they sell essentially the brand so that other countries can do the show. But they don't get that kind of inside working knowledge on all the secrets and tricks that we use to create really the dynamic show. So of course I brought all those secrets up here to Canada, and you know, we put our own little spin on it. So we're not just that junior version of the American brand.
This sounds meatier.
We're truly an extension, rooted a little more in true fashion, because we're all under the Chum umbrella. We have fashion television. We have all of these resources at our fingertips. And we use that. And the show really was exciting. And you see me infused throughout the whole thing, designing the judging room, literally sitting in the edit bay afterwards, post-production. You know,
You're there.
making sure
you're
it's
making
right.
it happen. Yeah. So when does it start?
May 30th, Wednesdays on City TV at 8 p.m. So, you know, all you have to do is go from the season finale of America's Next Top Model right into Canada's Next Top Model, which is the fashion meteor one.
Okay, and tell us one thing before we take a break.
Okay.
When you were young, a little boy, growing up here in Scarborough, you used to watch fashion television all the time.
Yes, I love to tease Jeannie. Saturdays at 5, religion, fashion television. I say to her all the time, you know, I watched you when I was 10.
Yes, I know. We love that when you do that. We do. We got to take a break. We'll be right back. Jay's going to stay with us a whole hour. Good. Good. That's good.